And good morning, East Alabama. Dr. Don back in here with you. The National Weather Service has now issued a tornado warning for Tallapoosa County in east central Alabama. This is for a possible tornado that is going to be just to the north of 280 there, just southeast of Alexander City. I will read you the text of this warning. This is a tornado warning for northern Tallapoosa County in east central Alabama until 3:30 a.m. At 3:06 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Hillaby Creek, or 7 miles east of Alexander City, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. The radar is indicating this tornado. We do not have confirmation that it's on the ground yet, but all of you folks in this area need to take cover immediately. So let me switch over to the velocity product here, and we'll see if we can pinpoint exactly. There it is right there. No question about it. Wow. That is a strong indication. Now, this is going to be south of New Site and just to the west of Highway 49, north of Jackson's Gap. That's where the center of circulation is at this time, moving northeast. So it will be in Wadley in 14 minutes, Southern Union in 15 minutes. It will be in Dickard in 19 minutes. If it holds together, it could potentially even make it over into the Roanoke area in about 24 minutes. So once again, this is a tornado warning. Everybody in northern Tallapoosa County and southeastern Randolph County should take cover immediately. This is a tornado warning. And you're going to have to just bear with me just 1 second here so I can warn some of my folks in the path of this storm. You folks down there in Wadley and down there in Corinth that suffered from the tornado a couple of years ago, you need to go to your safe place. Once again, we have a storm just to your southwest that is moving in your general direction. You folks in New Site, you need to be in a place of safety at this time. If you are down over here toward Frog Eye, if you are up here around Wadley, the Corinth community, all of these areas you need to take cover immediately. We have a possible tornado, a radar indicated tornado in northern Tallapoosa County that is moving to the northeast at around 60 miles per hour. So this thing is moving very quickly, and it is going to work its way up into southwestern Randolph County. You folks over there, like I said, in southwest Randolph County and southeastern Clay County, you've been through this before, so you know what to do. Go ahead and take cover immediately as this storm moves in your general direction. It is showing up on radar. Very well defined radar indication of a tornado about to cross over 49 between New Site or just to the south and southeast of New Site. And eventually it's going to cross over Highway 22. It's going to come very close to Davidson. Stand by. Okay, so it's going to cross over 49 just south of New Site, and then it's going to cross over Highway 22 between Davidson and New Site, and then it will continue moving on up to the northeast. So again, this is a call for action for you folks in extreme northeastern Tallapoosa County, southwestern Randolph County. We're talking about places like New Site, Davidson. We're talking maybe even mountain community. Go ahead and go to your safe place. Certainly up here in Wadley, Southern Union, Forester's Chapel, even up here in the Corinth community. Go ahead and go to your safe place as this storm is coming at you from the southwest this morning. You folks who are watching us this morning and you're not in that particular area, even if you are in that area, if you know anybody that maybe is not getting weather information, go ahead and call them on your cell phone. Wake them up. Let them know that they need to be in a safe place this morning. Again, this is a radar-indicated tornado that's now pretty close to New Site, maybe just a little bit south of New Site. And it'll be crossing over Highway 22 just east of New Site, just west of Davidson, and then it's going to continue to move off to the northeast up into southwestern Randolph County. Let me go back to the reflectivity. And no question, I mean, we've got massive amounts of thunder and lightning taking place in this particular area, and it is going to continue moving to the northeast. So regardless of whether we actually have a tornado on the ground or not, we have some very strong winds, torrential rain, and also some extremely dangerous lightning taking place with this storm. Just here in northern Tallapoosa County, we're talking about 97 lightning strikes in the last 3 minutes. So this is continuous lightning. The sky is completely lit up with this storm that's moving through. Let me go back to the base velocity. Again, we're showing that circulation very close to New Site. Moving to the northeast. Again, Wadley, you got about 9 minutes before this storm impacts you. Southern Union, about 10 minutes. Dickert, you got about 14 minutes. If the storm holds together, I think it would go north of Roanoke. So let's call it for Crystal Lake up to Rock Stand. In maybe about 19 minutes. And then if the storm holds together, you can see those times downstream over into Georgia. But you folks up here in Wadley, you got about 5 to 6 minutes or so before this storm moves into that particular area. We don't have a warning officially for Randolph County just yet, but that may be coming. We do have that warning for extreme northeastern Tallapoosa County. And I'll tell you, the very last volume scan, this does not look quite as significant as it did just a few moments ago. But again, if you're down there in the southwestern corner of Randolph County, even though you're not officially under a tornado warning yet, Tallapoosa County, northeastern Tallapoosa County, is under a warning. And we will watch this together to see if the Weather Service extends that tornado warning up into Randolph County. I've got to stand by just for 1 second. Y'all hang in there with me. Our coverage will continue on Dr. Don's Weather. Okay, Dr. Don back in here with you. As all of you know, I have young'uns right there, so I had to go. I had to talk to them for just a few moments and make sure they're okay, and they are at the moment. Again, let me emphasize that Randolph County is not under a tornado warning officially just yet. We're watching this storm in extreme northeastern Tallapoosa County, now northeast of New Site, that is moving toward southwestern Randolph County. And we do have a tornado warning for Tallapoosa County, for extreme northeastern Tallapoosa County. But I will tell you that it does not look as significant as it did maybe 2 scans ago. So maybe within the last 5 or 6 minutes, this tornadic portion of the storm doesn't look as well defined as it once did, but it's still there. I mean, it's clearly still there. We're talking north of Highway 22, northeast of New Site, northwest of Davidson. I'd put it right up here. Let me give you some road names of where I would put the rotation. County Road 98. This is in Tallapoosa County. County Road 74, Simpson Road, and it's probably up here real close to the Clay County, Tallapoosa County, Randolph County line at the moment. And again, that's moving on off to the northeast. Let me go back over here and look at some information from the Weather Service. The National Weather Service issues a tornado warning. This is a tornado warning for southeastern Elmore County, for Macon County, for south central Tallapoosa County, and for northeastern Montgomery County until 4:15 a.m. At 3:14, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was over Tysonville, or 7 miles southwest of Millstead, moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. So you folks down there in Elmore County and Tallapoosa, in central Tallapoosa County, we have another tornado warning that has just been issued by the National Weather Service. The Weather Service continues the tornado warning for Tallapoosa County. Let's see if this is our northern Tallapoosa. At 3:17 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Sparkling Springs, or 15 miles south of Lake Wedowee. That is our northern storm, moving to the northeast at 65 miles per hour. So they are continuing the tornado warning for extreme northeastern Tallapoosa County. We have a second warning for central and southern Tallapoosa County. We're waiting now to see if they are going to extend that tornado warning up into Randolph County. I would expect that to happen at any moment if they are going to do that. But I will tell you that this storm does not look as significant on radar as it did about 10 minutes ago. However, if you're in Wadley, Corinth area, you need to be in your safe place just to be on the safe side here. We're not getting any debris signature. And at the moment, the velocity is not showing a couplet either. But again, right there around Motley, all the way over to the Chambers County line, this area here, right in extreme southwestern Randolph County, north of 22 and south of 77, just to the west of Wadley, would be where I would say that the center of circulation of this storm is at this exact moment. Let me go back to the reflectivity. Okay, National Weather Service now has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Randolph County. Let me see if this is going to replace this tornado warning. A severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect for Randolph County in east central Alabama, Chambers County in east central Alabama, and southern Clay County in east central Alabama until 4 a.m. At 3:19, severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from 6 miles northeast of Goldville to near Sparkling Springs to near Waverly, moving to the northeast at 65 miles per hour. All right, so here's the deal. You folks in Randolph County, they're not going to issue a tornado warning, at least not at the moment, for this storm. What they're doing is issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for Randolph County. So it would appear that the segment of the storm that was producing a possible tornado, that segment of the storm has weakened, but the storm overall is still severe. And it will continue to move to the northeast, and it will move across all of southwest Randolph, southeastern Clay, northeastern Tallapoosa, and pretty much all of northwestern Chambers, the severe part. Now, all of Chambers is going to get a very heavy storm, and I would not be at all surprised. They may be including this stuff down here around Dadeville in this warning as well. So let's just call it for the entire county in Chambers, eastern sections of Tallapoosa, Probably eventually the entire Randolph County area as well. Even you folks over in Roanoke, you're going to get some of this storm as it moves off to the northeast. But the good news here is they're not extending the tornado warning out of Tallapoosa into Randolph at the moment. We have another tornado warning down here in extreme southern Tallapoosa County. This would be from Reeltown down to Tallahassee. It extends on over to the Tuskegee area also. So I-85, not a good ride this morning out of Montgomery. 280, not a good ride out of Auburn back up toward Alexander City. And very quickly, 431 is going to become a mess as well. But once again, let me go back to this because I know a lot of folks are in shelter this morning in their safe place, and that's exactly where they should be. But let me say this. We do still have officially a tornado warning for northeast Tallapoosa County. But the National Weather Service has opted to go with a severe thunderstorm warning for Randolph in lieu of a tornado warning because it does look like that possible tornado has dissipated within this storm. But let me caution you, with the weather set up like we have today, they could very well decide to upgrade that severe thunderstorm warning back to a tornado warning. So if I'm down here in southeastern or southwestern Randolph County, if I'm in extreme southeastern Clay and extreme northwestern Chambers, I'm going to stay in my safe place at least for a few more minutes until we get the leading edge of this storm front through the area. All right, so you folks down in Montgomery County, they have canceled the tornado warning for Montgomery County. But they maintain the tornado warning for Tallapoosa, for Elmore, Macon, and Tallapoosa. That will continue until 4:15. Severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Chambers, Clay, and Randolph, in effect until 4 a.m. this morning. So we've got about another 36 minutes to go on that severe thunderstorm warning. For those of you who may be watching television, the Weather Channel is actually covering the tornado warning now down there in Tallapoosa County, and they do show Wadley in the path of the storm. They show Broughton Ridge, and they show Haywood in the path of the storm. But once again, it doesn't look like the Weather Service is going to continue that tornado warning up into Randolph County. It was very strong indicated on radar between Alexander City and New Site, but that was about 25 minutes ago when that signature was so prominent. We don't see that anymore, and we don't see any indication of debris, lofted debris, with this storm as well. So all indications are the portion of the storm that was once possibly producing a tornado has dissipated, but that line is coming into the southwestern corner of Randolph County as we speak, and extremely heavy rainfall now in downtown Wadley all the way up 77 over into southeastern Clay County. And the leading edge of this storm now coming up on Foster's Chapel, the Mount Olive area, Corinth about to get in on the action up there at Level Road. The leading edge of this storm is moving through that area as we speak. Probably some gusty winds involved with it as well, but at least for the moment, we do not see any indications of a tornado in this storm, even though straight line winds can cause just as much damage. And we certainly may have some of that going on in the southwestern corner of Randolph County. I'm going to switch over to the Atlanta radar and go back and look at the velocity again. Sometimes it gives us a better look. Yeah, I don't see anything of concern at the moment. Again, for Randolph County, I don't see anything of concern for Tallapoosa. the northeastern sections of Tallapoosa from that possible tornado. Now, you folks down here in southern Tallapoosa, that's a totally different storm. Let me go back to, I'm going to compare Birmingham and Atlanta just to make sure we're not missing something here. Now, I mean, there's certainly some strong wind there from the Almond-Malone area all the way back down to Wadley and moving northeast. So you've got some pretty strong wind moving through Corinth, through the Friendship community. It's headed toward Broughton Ridge, and then eventually will end up up at Roxton, up on top of Needham's Hill. So we also have a special weather statement that's just been issued for those of you that may be watching us up here in northeast Georgia. We have a special weather statement that has just been issued for White County, Georgia, and strong thunderstorms will impact portions of Lumpkin, eastern Dawson, and northwestern Hall County through 5 a.m. At 4:25 Eastern, a line of strong storms was located along a line extending from near Nimbleville, that's over in Lumpkin County, to near Aurora to Silver City, and moving east at 35 miles per hour. A gust up to 40 miles per hour will be possible with this storm. But we're focusing our attention on this storm down here in southwestern Randolph, northeastern Tallapoosa, southeastern Clay, and extreme northwestern Chambers County. We had a tornado warning for a very well-defined tornado signature on radar about 30 minutes ago, just south of Newsite, that was moving off to the northeast. It appears that strong rotation has dissipated within the storm, but the storm itself is still pretty strong as it continues to move on off to the northeast. Now, it's just west of Roanoke, moving through the Dickert area, so it's just west of Roanoke on Highway 22, and then it stretches all the way back up to around Flat Rock or Highway 48, where it runs out of Randolph into Clay. That's where the leading edge of this line is, and then it stretches on down through Chambers County to a point just to the east of Pennon, and then down to near Lafayette, and then it curves back to the southwest near Gold Hill, Waverly, and then we get down into southern Tallapoosa County, where we have that ongoing tornado warning down there, and that's going to be for this area coming out of Elmore County into, let's see, just south of Tallahassee is where that rotation is at this hour. You see that bow hook right there. Just came through Shorter, so it's moving off to the northeast, north of 80, and should be north of Highway 80. So if you're traveling down here on I-85 or on 80, either one, you're going to want to make sure that you find a place to go and don't drive through that storm. That is a possible tornado down there in extreme southeastern Elmore and extreme southern Tallapoosa County. Again, if you're just joining us, we have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect now for central and southern Randolph, all of Chambers, extreme eastern Tallapoosa County. Tallapoosa, you're almost in the clear from that northern storm. The southern storm is ongoing. Clay County, another 5 minutes or so, and the storm will be completely out of Clay in Randolph. And then for Randolph County, heads up Wedowee, heads up Roanoke. This storm's coming up from the southwest, and we'll cover Wedowee and Roanoke as it moves on off to the northeast. And also, you're under a tornado watch, officially in effect until 11 a.m. this morning for East Alabama, 12 noon for West Georgia. But I can tell you, as soon as this line of storms clears East Alabama, you will quickly be removed from that tornado watch. So I would not expect the tornado watch to continue all the way out till 11 a.m. this morning. I think you'll be cleared from that watch pretty quickly as soon as we get this line of storms through. But again, just as we had yesterday afternoon in southern Randolph and northern Chambers, you are under a tornado watch. Anytime you're under a tornado watch and a severe thunderstorm warning is issued for your area, you need to stay close by your safe place because you can be upgraded to a tornado warning with very little warning. We saw that happen yesterday. We've already seen that happen this morning down here in Tallapoosa. Thankfully, that storm, the tornadic portion of that storm, dissipated as it moved up toward Randolph County. And that's the MO with these storms this morning and what we saw yesterday. They're basically short-lived. They don't last long. So it's very important to know that if you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, stay close to your safe place just in case you're upgraded to a tornado warning. And I know that it is still storming pretty heavily there in the Wadley, Corinth area, but I would go ahead and say that if you're in Wadley proper, you're safe to come out of your safe place. I'll give you the all clear in Wadley. I'll give you the all clear in Davidson, New Site, Goldville, even up here in southeastern Clay County, Mountain Community, Motley. You're in the clear. I know it's still raining, still thundering, still lightning, but the line of storms has passed your area, so that tornado threat has ended there. We've lost the tornado warning for extreme northeastern Tallapoosa County. I'll give the all clear for Wadley. I'll give the all clear for Southern Union. You folks up here in Corinth, give it another 5 minutes, and then I think you're going to be in the clear as well. That would apply also for Foster's Chapel, for Friendship Community. You folks over here in Broughton Ridge, hang out for a little bit longer if you have gone to your safe place. Now, you're not under a tornado warning, but you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. This morning, we're going to play it safe, though, because with this type of weather setup, you could go under a warning very quickly. But again, down here in southwest Randolph, you're in the clear now. We just got a new volume update scan. Okay, Corinth, I'll give you the all clear to come out of your safe place this morning. I think the threat of any tornadic activity has moved on off to your northeast. So all clear for Corinth, all clear for Southern Union, Wadley, southeastern Clay County, and northeastern Tallapoosa County. You're in the clear. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue this morning for Randolph, Chambers, and for southern Tallapoosa, even though we have a tornado warning that picks up down there around Reeltown, down to around Tallahassee. That is now becoming the area of concern. Look at that. That is impressive. Let me switch over to the base velocity. I don't see, maybe, let's see here. I don't see now. This area is suspicious to the southeast of Reeltown, but we're looking at just copious amounts of light. Look at that mess down there in southern Tallapoosa County around Tallahassee. That is some amazing lightning. We're talking 185 strikes in the last 3 minutes down here in southern Tallapoosa County. That is just amazing. Back up here to the Randolph Chambers storm. We now have severe thunderstorm warnings over in West Georgia to include Troup County, Heard County, and even up into Carroll County. That is going to be for this line of storms coming out of Alabama. I know it's raining in LaGrange, it's raining in Franklin, it's raining up here in Carrollton, but that's not what the warning is for. The warning is for this line that is bowing, it's clear to see, coming through central, southern Randolph, and all of Chambers, and that's going to continue moving off to the east-northeast, and that is why West Georgia is now under a severe thunderstorm warning. All right, so let me go over here to the chat room and see if anybody has anything this morning. I'm particularly interested if anybody knows of any damage. We're talking trees down or power outages or anything like that across East Alabama. Miss Vivian was in the bathtub, so she was safe during the tornado warning down there. Good job, Miss Vivian. That's exactly that's a good place to be. Good morning, Nan, watching us in West Point. Good morning, Janine. Mr. Joe Knight was reporting very heavy rainfall. That was about 10 minutes ago. He's down there in that Corinth area. Good morning, Mickey. Thank you for your support, and you're blessed to have a basement. That's a good place to be during severe weather. Yeah, Forrester's Chapel. It was very heavy there. I'm just looking through some of the comments here to see. So Sherry Sprayberry is reporting that the power did go out at her house just west of Wadley on County Road 12. Thank you, Richie. The warning for Roanoke and for all of Randolph County now is a severe thunderstorm warning. It is not a tornado warning. I would suggest that you stay close by your safe place, but you don't necessarily have to be in the safe place unless you want to take the course of absolute least regret. Then by all means, just hang out in your safe place until this line of storms passes. But we do not have any tornado warnings in effect for East Alabama at this hour. But we do have a mean-looking line of storms stretching from really from the Randolph-Cleburne County line up there on 431, right down 431 to Wedowee. Then it bows out just south of Woodland, and then it bows all the way to the Georgia state line out there around the Lime community. And then it curves back to the southwest, just west of Lynette, and then just west of Auburn. And that line of storms is that's a real good indication that there's some pretty strong winds along that area there where it bows out. So I would expect 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gust with this line of storms as it moved through Roanoke and now moving through the Rock Mills area and about to move into central and southern Heard County, moving on off to the west, to the east. So Julia's asking about Reeltown. You guys, it looks like the world's coming to an end down there this morning because that is just some incredible lightning taking place down there just to the east of Tallahassee. But I don't see anything that's threatening Reeltown at the moment. Now, you're seeing, and you've got lightning all around you there in Reeltown. And if you look to your south, maybe a little bit to your southeast, it just looks like the world's coming to an end down there because the sky is just continuously lit with lightning. That's probably some strong hail there and some pretty gusty winds and just copious amounts of rainfall. No doubt, Highway 14 to the east of Tallahassee, all the way over to Notasulga. A horrible ride this morning. You couldn't see to drive in that anyway. And then Highway 199 that comes up and intersects with 14, just copious amounts of water falling right there. No doubt there will be some flash flooding in that particular area before this is over with. But I don't see anything of a tornadic concern for the Reeltown area at this time. All right, so Birmingham now has canceled the tornado warning for Elmore and Tallapoosa. Expires the severe thunderstorm warning for Tallapoosa. Cancels the severe thunderstorm warning for Clay. And they continue the severe thunderstorm warning for Chambers and Randolph until 4 a.m. this morning. And we'll go back up here on this Randolph storm. I mean, just pouring just from Wedowee north up to around Newell. And then down 87 on the eastern side of Randolph County, all the way down to Rock Mills area. Very heavy rainfall. If you're trying to travel 109 back over toward LaGrange from Chambers County, there at Standing Rock, just very, very heavy rainfall. And that's moving on into Troup County. And then we have that heavy rain down here in Chambers County that's moving off to the east as well. About to move into Lynette Valley area, West Point. The heavy rain is knocking on your door. But I'll tell you that to the west of this line, the severe threat has diminished tremendously. So you folks over here in Clay County, you're in good shape now. I know you still got heavy rain. And I know that you're still seeing some flashes of lightning, but the tornadic threat is leaving with this line of storms that's continuing to push on off into West Georgia. You folks down here in southwestern Randolph County, you're all clear. You're safe now to go about your daily affairs. You get an early start on the day. That's one way to look at it. And then down here in Chambers, basically from 431 west, the severe threat has ended, maybe with the exception of this little cluster down here where Tallapoosa, Chambers, and Lee all come together. That still looks pretty rough. And then, of course, this stuff down here in extreme southern Tallapoosa County, that's pretty nasty looking right there. But things are going to be improving quickly across Randolph and Chambers as this line moves on into West Georgia. We continue with a severe thunderstorm warning for Carroll, Heard, and portions of northern Troup County this morning. And officially, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning for central and southern, basically southeastern Randolph, and then northeastern Chambers County. The Chambers County warning goes until 4 o'clock Central this morning, as well as the Randolph County warning. The Troup, Heard, and Carroll warning goes until 5:15 Eastern. Yes, Crystal Lake is in the clear. Even though officially you are still covered by the severe thunderstorm, the severe thunderstorm warning. If you'll look, that Boeing line is moving on over into Heard County. So you folks up here at Crystal Lake, you still got some thunder and lightning around, but the tornado threat has ended. By 5 a.m. this morning, I think Roanoke will be fine. There's still going to be showers in the area, and it's still going to rain for probably, it may rain now through the next couple of hours. But the immediate threat of severe weather is going to the east with this line of thunderstorms. Unless something changes back to the west, and I don't anticipate it, because you'll notice that the National Weather Service is releasing counties from the tornado watch back to the west. So places like Autauga County, which is where Prattville is, Chilton County, Clanton, up into Shelby County, Jefferson, Birmingham, down to Brent, Centerville. All of those areas have been released from the tornado watch. So it's clear to see that their thinking is or my thinking is the same as theirs. That the severe threat is along this line. As that line passes, they are clearing counties from the tornado watch. So I would expect Randolph and Chambers, Tallapoosa to be cleared from the tornado watch within the next hour, which is a sign that the severe threat is quickly ending across East Alabama, and then the same thing will happen across West Georgia as that line progresses off to the east. Calhoun County up here, you're in the Anniston area. You're quickly getting out of the severe threat as these storms move on into Georgia. So I see no concerns up here in the Anniston-Oxford area moving forward. And welcome to Alabama. This person says that they just moved to Alabama and they're not really familiar with some of the areas we're talking about this morning. Dorina Waltz, I believe is how you pronounce her name, says that she's new to Alabama and unsure of where most of these places are in relation to her, and is asking about Calhoun County, White Plains area in particular. Well, let me tell you, Doreen, one of the best things you can do is download a state of Alabama map, and they're easy to find. And study where your county is in relation to Birmingham, in relation to Gadsden, in relation to Chilton County down here, Clanton, in relation to Montgomery. If you're in Calhoun County, 90% of the time your weather is going to come from the west or from the northwest. So you'd really want to know where Birmingham is. You would want to know where places like Pell City, Leeds, you'd want to know where those locations are in relation to you, because those areas would receive the severe weather before you. And then get yourself a NOAA weather radio. You can get them at all the department stores. You can order them off of Amazon. And that thing will wake the dead at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is exactly what it's intended to do in the event that severe weather happens while you're in the bed asleep. And that has happened to a lot of people this morning. So I'm directing this to everybody. If you do not have a NOAA weather radio sitting on your nightstand beside your bed, then you need to get one, and you need to get it programmed. Folks, I'm going to have to end this up now. I've got a situation ongoing up here in White County that I have to respond to. We've got a lot of lightning up here. We just got a house fire, so I'm going to have to respond to that. I'll tell you that the severe weather is moving on into West Georgia. I do not see much of a tornado threat except for maybe over in southeastern Chambers County for the next 15 or 20 minutes. Then you're just going to have a lot of rain for the rest of the morning. I believe that we have survived yet another round of severe weather across East Alabama. That'll do it for my time. I thank you for yours. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in here tomorrow morning with another edition